Howdy, folks. I'm Mark, and today I am joined by Jake Martin, the host of the Bitcast, Mr. Bitbloggist. Jake, thank you for joining me for this short talk about the video games.
Hey, Mark, thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk about short talks about video games, about the mini games.
It's a mini episode or a mini podcast about mini games, short talks about short games.
Yeah, man. This is the episode. If you're going to listen to an episode of this podcast, this is the one, because it really curtails and just brings everything in about quick play.
Absolutely, 100%. Because you are listening to quick play, and we can now get right into it. Well, Jake, here we are. We're talking about mini games, and so
yeah, we are.
I like mini games. It sounds like you like mini games.
Love them.
But why do you like mini games?
Well, Mark, that's a big open-end question. And I would say it probably has to harken back to my childhood and kind of like what we grew up with in the multiplayer sense of video games at that time. Having siblings, I feel like mini games were a must almost, or any game that could incorporate multiplayer. But some of the most fun ones were mini games specifically. And do we have a definition that we're going to work with to describe mini games? I don't know if that needs to be said or not.
Well, what I want, one of the questions I had is kind of what's the best implementation of mini games? And because I feel like there's a whole couple of, well, not a whole, that's a couple different ways these appear in games. I'm more thinking just, I didn't come with a prepared definition, but it's kind of like a, it when you see it. Like it's just a mini little gameplay mechanic. Probably does it's not last the full game, but it's something short, something sweet, something simple.
Yeah, quick little bite-sized games.
Yes,
either packed into a whole game or as a little hidden sidecar game that's sort of tucked away in the menu. Okay.
Yeah.
Going back to what I was saying, now that we have the definition, now that that's clear, growing up with two brothers, we really had to get a lot of mileage out of our games. And anytime there was a game that was more built as a single player experience, a la Kirby 64, or something like that, it was such a delight to find that there was mini games packed into those, and it allowed us all to play together, where instead of having to watch somebody play the whole time. And the mini games often ended up being really fun because they're always competitive. They're always paired in with some sort of trophy mode or medallion mode, where if you win 5 times, then you're the champion, or if you get 10, whatever, you're the best. And that was just that was my bread and butter. I loved just competing against people and seeing who could rack up the most wins in mini games, because sometimes it would be baloney and sometimes it was actual skill. And that's just fun. That's a fun, hilarious time.
Nice.
How about you?
Your answer, this is going to sound very sad. This is not, I don't mean to sound as sad as it's going to sound. I didn't have close brother. I have an older sister who really didn't play many video games with me. Yeah. She played some, but it's not the same context. So it's my interaction with mini games are usually in a single player sense. Plenty of times hanging out with friends, we would play mini games. Super Monkey Ball was one that my friends and I would play a ton, because there's just a bazillion mini games in those.
That's a good one.
It is often my love for mini games is more so in the sense of it's something small that sometimes it might be really familiar, or it's something entirely fresh, but without the burden of it being it doesn't need to justify a whole game. It's just something on the side. Monkey Flight from Super Monkey Ball is a key one, where it's just you go down a ramp, you glide and try to hit a target. And that's the only part of it. It's a ton of fun. It's you can really only play for a couple rounds before it gets old, but then you can come back the next day and it's fun again. But that being just part of the package, it's totally worth it there. They are great overall as party games too. So there's always there's no burden of it kind of lasting too long to
yes.
You can get tired of it, and that's okay, because there's another one. You just keep moving on.
Yeah. If we get bored of this, hey, guess what? We have 20 more we can check out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
That's a good way to think about mini games too. Sorry, I would
go ahead.
What you were saying, that is a huge appeal. Also, I think I hadn't thought of. They are games designed to be short. Like they are intentionally designed to be that.
Mhm.
So when you approach them, there is this like, it's not burdensome. And today we get so fatigued by a decision on like starting something because we don't know how much time we'll have to commit. And like mini games, it's like there is no commitment. Like you can just jump in and play one mini game, and be like, that was fun, and I'm done now, or I'll try a few more, and then I've had my fill. I'm good.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I realize now, like that's kind of this is the true. They brought the arcade experience into the home. Like it's just you can try Galaga for 5 minutes, and you don't have to play it. You don't have to try to play it for 20 hours. You can just move on to the next machine down the line, pop a quarter in, have another different experience.
Heck yeah.
And that's kind of nice. I've got a few. I got my list of 3 of implementation of mini games, but before I get into those, do you have like something that comes to mind? Like, this is the best way when the best way a mini game gets implemented into a game.
Oh, ooh. So you want a single answer for the best way it gets implemented?
I mean, you can, if you got more, that's totally fine too.
I think I think the ultimate way that a mini game can be implemented is in a game like Mario Party, where there's something breaking up the mini games in between playing them.
Yeah,
and you're all competing still to win the most of whatever those mini games would be. But like that cadence of like mini game, okay, here's this other part, this board game part, mini game, break, mini game, break. I think having like a little bit of a separation, that's my favorite implementation.
Mm-hmm. That's good. This is a little bit of a side tangent. Have you looked into Lego Party at all?
I have. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but I have it on my wish list.
Yes, same here. I feel like next time it goes on sale, I'll probably pick it up because everything I hear is like, this is the quality of life improvements to Mario Party that we've all wanted. Yeah. And that's great.
I've heard it's great. And and just another side note that I don't know if it's in our outline or not. I'm sorry, I don't have it up right now.
That's okay.
But like great for kids too. Like mini games, I feel like are just like, this is the perfect introduction point to mini games for kids. Sorry, to video games for kids, a la mini games, because they're just, again, simple, usually a few buttons, and they can get the hang of it.
Totally. Yeah, that's a great point. I've got in mind of like, there's kind of 3 major ways that a mini game is put into a game. One of those is like a Mario Party, where the game is mainly it's a collection of mini games. Mario Party, of course, has the board game part of it too. But that's like that's a mini.
It's the most boring part. Yeah.
Yes. But that's like your Mario Party, your Carnival Games. WarioWare is like this, and those are micro games. Key distinction.
I put that down as one of my ones.
Very nice. The other way is like when a game, and this is what you were first bringing up, like when a game has a side mode of mini games, when it's like they're often multiplayer. It's like Super Monkey Ball, Kirby 64 is another great one.
Pokemon Mario Stadium 64. 1 and 2.
Yes. Oh man, so good one.
So yes.
Good. Or sometimes like a mini game is just a more like its own side mode. So I was thinking like the Chow Garden from Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, like a side quest, a la like Gwent maybe in The Witcher. You're playing the card game, and that's a storyline you can play, or the Blitzball stuff you can do in Final Fantasy X. It's this whole game they made up that's part of the story, but like, you can spend a lot of time playing Blitzball if you want to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that fun.
Yeah. And that's kind of like my third piece too. It's like when the mini game is a part within the context of the game itself. So like I had down Gwent for this, where it's like you're not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. It's a kind of squishy area, because it's like
Fits in both.
Yeah. Where it's like that can be in the context of the game, like poker in Red Dead Redemption 2. Like you sit down, it's a whole different game. The Yakuza series is kind of known for this too. But people describe like Stardew Valley's fishing as a fishing mini game. And it's like, well, you just press a button, and it's kind of like that.
Hope that you get the fish to stay inside the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, what I realized is like, I was trying to think of all the examples of like, oh, Dave the Diver kind of fits this one. And then I realized like Dave the Diver kind of fits into all 3 of these in its own way. The game's insane.
the cooking elements. Yeah.
Yeah.
The diving is the least like a mini game to me, because that's like exploration. I don't even know what else you would call that.
Yeah.
Almost Metroidvania. I don't even know.
So there's like games on his phone that are mini games, but then also there's all this other stuff that's like random stuff that happens.
I gotta play that. I gotta beat that game.
Any other examples of like now that we've kind of gone through that, any thoughts on good implementations? Or
I think those are the three that you would encounter. Like I feel like there's one sort of genre that I don't know how to place totally. Like you mentioned Carnival Games, and that straight up is like mini games. But like, how do you feel about like Wii Sports? It's a sport game.
Yeah.
And you can play whole rounds of different sports, but they all kind of feel like mini games too.
Yeah. That does kind of get into like, are you getting into like mini games, or is this a collection? Yeah. And it's like, I mean, I don't know. This has broken my framework. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's that huge collection that's ported to Switch 2 now and have like this
UFO 50.
Well, sorry, that's a great example too. Those are like full games. Some of those are
right. Yeah.
But I'm thinking of the one that has like so many household games. It's like Solitaire. It's got chess, checkers.
Clubhouse games.
Yeah, Clubhouse games. Thank you. Like that one also is like those are full games.
Yeah.
In a collection, but they're not mini games. Some of them are, but not all of them are.
Right. Man,
I don't know.
It's hard to define, because that becomes like, those aren't really mini games, but based on how we defined it now, they should be.
Maybe. I don't know. Either way, I think you have the implementations correct.
We have to fix this now. I do feel like the second one being where it's like, this is a collection of mini games that are just in the package with you. Like you got your single player experience, then you got your multiplayer stuff over here if you want to dive into that. That has just kind of fallen by the wayside.
And it's a shame.
Yeah. What do you think happened here?
It's a crying shame, Mark. I think it's like two things. I think it's first like implementation of online infrastructure. Basically everyone realized that, people are playing solitary now. They're not playing like mini games on the couch often anymore. And I'm sure that's not true for some families. So there wasn't as much of a need. And like, that was a system selling point back in the day. Truly, like, I think that was part of why they made mini games, is they wanted to sell more systems and sell more controllers and like get them into the homes of people that had multiple kids. So it was like, oh, here's mini games so your kids can all play. Yeah. But then, the other part of that, I think, is, well, I guess that I kind of just named it. It was just those two. It was the online stuff, and then, money was the other one. Development. Like, why would we waste time developing these small bite-sized experiences in the game? Like, doesn't matter. Like, this is the story we want you to experience. There's no mini games.
Yeah, and it's even at this point where it's like, we could put in time to build a mini game on the side, or we could like use that time and build a different mechanic in the game itself.
Right.
And that kind of gets into our like kind of bloated development. And is that a problem? And maybe the answer is just chop it off and put it in its own spot in the menu.
It's just such a delight though, Mark. It's just such a delight. Sometimes this is not a good example, but I'm thinking of Animal Crossing when I forget which versions had this, but they had the actual arcade cabinets you could put in your house, and they had the full versions of some like older retro Nintendo games inside of Animal Crossing. And like, that was just like such a fun little add-on they didn't have to include, but they did. And I think it adds something to a game, even still. Like, if I had the option to play, which I actually think you can on Kirby 64 NSO, but if I could play, like, playing those games online against friends, like, that's an option. And like, that's just so fun.
Yeah.
It's like, they're stupid, simple, small games. Like Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 are so good. The mini games specifically. And I think like anytime I have friends over, or we just want to, just hang out, that's always a draw for us, is just grab a few controllers and play Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Although you need the N64 controllers. for
Doesn't
those
work the
games
same.
to be fun. Yeah, because playing that on like a pro controller just feels wrong. It's just horrible.
I can only remember like the Sizor mini game where you're trying to cut the log in
Classic.
just the right spot.
Classic.
There's one you
Also
catch
that-
eggs too, right? But
Oh, the Chansey game.
Yeah.
Dude. Egg emergency.
egg
is what it's-
emergency.
is what it's called. And Mark, let me tell you something. In college, we played that game to death.
Egg emergency
so much
specifically.
Egg emergency. And it should be called egg emergency, but it's not.
Oh,
It's egg emergency.
Oh, okay. 2 words, fine.
I wish that it was one word. And my wife, girlfriend at the time, now wife, she was obsessed with this game, and we played it on like
Good
the hardest
Lord.
difficulty. And my friends and I all like to gloat that we could all get 100 of the eggs, which is kind of hard to do. If you haven't tried it before on expert, like the fastest speed, it's tough. And Hannah was like, I'm doing this. And I remember I left my dorm to go to class, and I was gone for probably 2 to 3 hours. And I came back, and she was still in the same spot on our couch in our dorm, just playing Egg Emergency.
Did she do it? Did she get the eggs?
She was getting better and better, and I'm pretty certain she did get it at one point, but it was a huge moment of pride for her. And then we tried playing it more recently on NSO, and she does not have the muscle memory.
Man.
She's so sad. She's like, I can't do it anymore.
She needs the N64 controller.
She needs. Well, I have it, but it's the wireless. Too much lag.
Man.
Chansey can't dodge the Voltorbs easily. Classic.
Oh, good Hannah lore. Appreciate that.
I'll be sure to mention this to her.
One thing I realize of kind of why this stuff started disappearing is like, well, now we can just get small games. Like we can now, there's Steam is a thing, and even all of the storefronts now, you can get a $1, $5, $10 game where it doesn't have the same pressure of being a full price game. And it's not like you don't see Sega coming out with a bunch of mini games priced at $3 each. But we're kind of getting the same thing. We're more of the indie space, where you're getting just smaller games overall that would normally have been a mini game and then become its own thing. Like in the research for this episode, I found out that Geometry Wars was originally a mini game in Project Gotham Racing 2. And then it's spun out as its own thing. And
that's crazy.
I know, right? And it became like the Xbox Live Arcade game.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
I did not know this. Project Gotham Racing 2 specifically?
Yes, 2. There's an arcade cabinet in Project Gotham Racing 2. And you go and play Geometry Wars.
Wow. Well, Geometry Wars rips. So good mention there too.
Nice. Have you tried out Sektori? I heard about that one a lot too.
Sektori, no.
It is apparently like kind of spiritual successor to Geometry Wars. I think
Sektori.
Giant Bomb is obsessed with it, so I think I have an outsized perception of how popular this game is. But it looks insane. It looks so stressful.
Sektori. Oh yeah, that looks crazy bullet hell. Okay. I don't know if I want that right now. Okay.
I don't need that right now.
Yeah.
Well, our time is short, but before we go, what is the single best minigame?
Ooh, single best minigame. Gosh, the one that you can just play over and over and over again. Okay. There is one minigame on Mario Party. I want to say 2 or 3 on the N64, and it's like the triathlon one, where you just have to, there's like 3 different events you're doing. I forget what they are. It's like a bike, you're swimming at one point, I think, and then something else. And anyways, you have to do these different like combos of buttons. So it's like A and B, like alternating super, super fast on the controller. And then it's like A and B at the same time for one of the other ones. And then I want to say, I forget the other button combinations you're doing. But I distinctly remember playing that game on a track trip one time. We were driving down in my coach's giant RV with a bunch of friends. We had our N64 hooked up in there, and we were just ripping Mario Party 2.
Man. That's great.
While we were on the road. It was kind of scary because we're going like 60 miles an hour. I'm like, none of us are strapped in. If we crash, we're done. We're playing Mario Party, and no one, that was helping us, I think, just not focus on that. And I remember we played that over and over and over and over again because we were all trying to like one up each other and like get the best score and like get a little bit better than the other person. And like, there's just so much. It was like milliseconds of like improvement eventually, and it was just so fun. So that'd be my answer.
Nice. I found in Jamboree there's Tiny Triathlon. I don't know if that's they remade it or not.
It's kind of like that. Yeah, it's like that. Where that one's crazy. Where you're doing like this, right, with the Joy-Con, trying to like.
Oh, maybe I haven't actually
water
played
and stuff.
I have not played any Switch era Mario Party.
Oh man, that one's nuts.
I actually played a little bit, but I played one round of Superstars, but that's all I know of.
How about you? You got one?
I already mentioned Monkey Flight from Super Monkey Ball. That one's a classic. Honestly, that's the one I came prepared with for the question. I think it's probably it's one of my favorites. It's so Kirby Air Ride is also another weird one where it's like there are mini games in a really weird way. There's also a Kirby Air Ride mini game that is exactly like Monkey Flight.
Yes, there is. You're right. You just fly and stick into a wall and get points. Yes. You're right.
Oh man, I wish. Ooh, here I got one. Target Smash from Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, good mini game shout out.
Is that a mode or is that a mini game? It's kind of a mini game, but
it's a mini game. Okay. Yeah, those are mini games because you can go back to those and play them separately if you want, and just try to beat your time. And that's again the time time attack or time trial stuff is super fun.
There you go. Nice. Specifically Melee. It was not the same once they did away with the character specific target trials. Kind of lame.
Yeah, the music was so good, and just landing on breaking those targets or landing on the platforms on the 64 was
the platforms.
Good. Yeah, so good.
Very nice. Well, Jake, one name, one game. As we wrap up, what are you playing?
I think you know, Mark. I think you know.
I don't know.
Pokemon Pokopia, brother.
Wow.
Ooh, dude. It is so addicting. This is not good for me to be off this week because it is very, very enticing, very easy to stay inside and just get sucked up into that game.
All your days into Pokopia.
Yeah, man, it's great. I am shocked. I didn't have it on my radar. I was like, this looks like, I don't know. But now I'm like, no, this is great. This is fun.
I think
it's a good time.
It took a lot of people by surprise, but it's also combine Animal Crossing and Pokemon. What could go wrong? And I think people are way more delighted by this than we all thought.
Yeah, it's just the music is good. It's very charming. It's simple enough. It's not like overwhelming, but there's enough depth where you feel like you're being pushed.
Nice.
So sorry, I talk a lot when I'm talking games. One name, one game.
Pokopia. You gotta talk about it. I think I'm wrapping up Donkey Kong Bonanza soon. Been chipping away, digging my way through. Almost done.
Where you at? How do you feel?
Man. I'm more where you're at than I thought I would be, which is it's a solid 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5. I think it's a 4 out of 5 quality wise, where it's like I respect it. I am not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. But it's one great idea that was beat to death, whereas Mario games are a bazillion great ideas all in one.
And you can leave them at the door when you go to the next world. It's like, I don't have to do that again. I got something new to play with. And man, Donkey Kong's like, nope, you're doing this forever. You're just smashing everything.
I do feel good, but it's a little old. So, but I'm close. Good. Well, Jake, thank you again for joining me. Where else are you out on the internet?
You can just find me on Bitcast. We haven't posted in a while. Landon and I are hoping to record sometime this week as well. So when that episode comes out, you might see me there.
Good stuff. Well, thank you all for listening in. You can follow us on the major podcasting services or on YouTube. You can press all the good buttons if you enjoyed this conversation. And Quick Play is now just one small part of the Playwell Network, which includes shows like Dragonlance: The Thorns of War. It's an actual play podcast from Paul Lytle, aka the Techno Funk Boy. A link to Dragonlance and all the other Playwell Network shows can be found at playwellnetwork.com. But you can find Quick Play at the proper socials at Quick Play Pod and let us know, why do you like minigames? What's your favorite minigame? that's all the time we have for today. Thanks.